Namo Gurube, Namo Buddhaya, Namo Dharmaya, Namo Sanghaya. Tashidelik and welcome to all the viewers of 15th episode of Following Rinpoche program broadcasted by Dharma Television from Bodhanath Stupa, Kathmandu, Nepal. I am Khadro Lhamo Yangchen, the interpreter for this episode. We are very fortunate to have Sangngak Tenzin Rinpoche to share the precious teaching on refuge. So I request Rinpoche to share the precious teaching for all of us. Simjen namge samba ta loi cheda cheda wa chejong temong teba yi chegi kodlo kodoso.
Domingo mbo bardan la mala nyam nyam chukra tawe moge che donjer gombe shin lo nyang lam. Rikpa je wan chen to par sho. Omen chu je yang ji pop chang na ding sum sang ji gen ji ngo ni la rong sum chu ge ngo sum don zai. Zawe la mi xiao la sur wan de da jin ro we lo na chu la jir. La su teni namba tsang ma la teni yang jir jar ba la teni ga bu chong tsang ma la tra si de le xie.
And Tashi Delek to all of you, I'm happy to see you all again.
Ta teni ta nang su tok mar teni gang su gore ta chi nang su zamba lang gang de la ngang su ta chi chu nyam se lenken mi sir ku chu ba so ke lingen se wara den de ke lingen de la teni chi naim to so she ya dang teni jing zamba lang gang de la ma chu she ya den de ge teni shib de yong ya what den de ge teni mon den she ge yos.
So now, as a responsibility of Dharma practitioner for all over the world, it is very important to practice and pray for pacifying of illness, stopping the war, and pacifying all the obstacles. So for that, I would like to offer my prayers.
And that you cork the genie. Ji chuto namba so chasang la yang den zhe ge rip ge xi ge yo ji zan be lang gang la de na yim dang de ni ma zhe xie ya dang de ni da ji xib de yong ya ge de ge tumen na ro chi is mo lom ja ro chi is ni den zhe ge de ni rip ge yang den zhe xi ge yo.
Through this platform, I also would like to request all the Dharma friends and Dharma practitioner that may you all also pray and practice for the pandemic to be pacified, and may the ongoing war stop and prevail peace in this whole world. For that, please pray and practice for it.
Terang Jusha de Candre Senaso, da Katsang Kong de Tene, Jamdro Tendre, Jamdro de la Jenny or Shibare, Tene, Jamdro Jetene, Jig Kori Dingle de la Jipatang, Tatani, Tapan in Jitelni Senerva, or Tanda Shiba Inditaso, Natani, Tachi, Jipago Cording, so Katsang, Tachi Sambang Maganala, this is Shisambat and the ending also terang, Nyancher, Tabago, Cordela, Chishia, that and the jeans.
So the topic of today's teaching is about the refuge, and in the previous episode already shared about the causes of taking refuge. So there are two causes, which is the fear of suffering of this samsara, which already shared in the previous episode, and today will be shared about the faith.
That and the that you get Jamroga, Taba, said it as Rocker Senatani, number Sanji Bag, that you go take and raise Senatani, Jamro Chadayro, Jamro, then the Tanga, so young Japson Royala, Consul Jamro and Jipatela, then Tapate, then that jet which raised.
So, the entrance to the path of Buddhism is taking refuge, and the causes to taking refuge is the faith.
근데 인디 다소 가서 강세고를 따지 가서 먹을 주속고 나라요. 든 대바세야 대배 결침부 근데 차다 요레스 간들 선나가서 다바테 드네 메바이나 지 샘콩데 동반라고 저러와 샘근나라 지 대손라고다 시신라고 지 메바든 그 샘 동반라고 든지 다레와 가야 메바든 다 통고요레 든지 인디다서 무상마가 샘라더니 대바지 요디다서 공sol라 레와지 요러와 어떤지 인디다서니 강소를 다바세야 돼 땅아서 지 속라더니 삼로 땅바이나요 든니 배 갈침부지 든지 차다 요레스.
So in this society, the practicing of faith is very crucial. So if we don't have faith, then we feel so empty. We feel vague in our mind. So when we feel this vagueness, then we feel no hope at all. So having faith, it brings. If we have faith, we have objects to having a faith, and because of having this faith we have hope.
든리인디다 지 담비 추모니다네 시바이나 다지 추냠난치니 ngaron so jila ta chi nili ke tokpa te jila chigu yores 든리인디 nili ke tokpa jila jewa an 든리 ke tokpa sharia layo konsogur tapate teni zochires.
So from the Dharma perspective, what we need to actualize through Dharma practice is we need to actualize the nature of reality. So to actualize the nature of reality, faith is the main cause to actualize the realization.
도그 간나 가르스나더니 샤리버스 더니 돈담바나 더니 답이 똑버샤와 코나이노세니 어딘지 소요레스.
So from the sutra, it stated that the Buddha stated to Shariputra that Shariputra, the ultimate meaning can be actualized only through faith.
근데 다소 가르스나더니 대바세야데 베드니 게 침보던데가 근데 다트 가르스나 닐그 똑바드 지라 제발라요 근데 다다 공드시바 남진 강서그 상지그 답이 똑버샤와 드니 코나오 세드니 답이 똑버샤 코나인 세니 던저그 드니다 송바로와 던데 인디다 송아 소그 가르스나 주 냠렘바 있나요 냠렘바 지라 대바 템부 되고는가 대바 템부로와 던데 대바 드니 가르스나 다 던데 그 무기요와 메바로와 던데 지 여바 있나 다랑 예 강서그래 다지 특제당 드니 진랍 그 노트 작아요로와 던데 인디는 특제당 진랍 그 노트 저 송바 있나 드니 질라 강서그래 똑바 던데 드니 샤리아라용 드니 다 같이 메바 던데 지그레스.
So as shared before about how Buddha stated to Shariputra that the ultimate meaning can be realized only through faith. So it is faith plays a very crucial role, and it is very important to have a firm faith and unwavering devotion. So with this, with firm faith and unwavering devotion, we become the perfect vessels to receive the blessings and compassion. Yes.
답이 콜로 림보체 님슨 기비 람라 주르르세네 어떤데 양던데 소요레스.
And there is also a statement which is saying that the precious will of Dharma turns us day and night on the path of virtue.
다 되게 또 나간다래서 나더니 다 다 답아대 가르스나더니 콜로 지글라더니 배장에 송바로와 콜로 따고 지그러 왔더니 근데 나서 딱 가르스는 거랑 속에 지금 세난 거다 지금 닝그 뒤소리 있는다 생기 뒤소리 있는다 다 지금 님신이 마도 요 말와 근데 그 님신 니가더니 가르 뒤솔 콜라만 왔더니 지금 가서 그 기획이 뛴다와 지금 기와라 전킨 쪼데 가르레스나니 대파레스니 어떤지 송바레스.
So here the will is taken as an analogy for faith. So if we contemplate, we have day and night. So faith is taken as a will which turns day and night to us on the path of Dharma.
근데 가랑 속에 강서 그래 다 지금 님신 기위 람라 저러 송상다가 근데 가랑 소 남양 거 원란도 송바이나 근데 강서 그래 지금 다 근데 기위 그 람라 근데 저러 말와 다가 난전 가르스는 가랑 소지 작당 몽섬라 속바다 지금 근데 지금 원라더니 뒤쪽된 로송바이나 근데 강서 그래 다 지금 기브저때 근데 다 컴페텐트로야 땅 대요 말에서 기비 구조와 세계라 근데 인디든 상급 갑라용 산나탄나든 상급더니 물름 선제용 기와 던르더니 잡어제발라 다가르세게 지 던르그 답에게 냠는데 배 똑당당 바당다 결침부지 던르그 기와라 조시 던르지 작아요레스.
So as the will taken as an example for faith, which turns our day and night both into the virtuous, engaging in virtuous activities without wasting our time and without being distracted. And if we don't have this faith, and then we get distracted by our feelings of anger, attachment, and ignorance, and faith is the prime which creates our every action into the virtues, and faith has a power even to turn our dreams in a virtuous, to have the virtuous dreams. Yes.
다더니 가르스나더니 질라마 하시니요 벤주지요 되그 갑들라용 송말에 근데 가서 그래 랑숑 남지 돈담나 더니 다바니지 똑샤 인세니 어떤지 송말에스.
So from the Tantra of Gyulama, it is stated that the ultimate meaning of self-arising wisdom can be only actualized through the faith only.
근데 나 가르선다 랑숑 남지 돈담 세대 가르선다 돈담 덴바된 가랑선다 똑샤로 왔더니 똑버샤와레 근데 인디타다 대양더니 다지 더니 다 쳇동더니 다 던르게 니리데 똑비게 타부다 냠는 드라마보 요청으로 왔더니 남는 망보던지 요레스 이나영 대이 나니 주데 간르레 세나더니 니 다바니지 똑샤 있는 소장도가 던르인디다 대바레 송바레스 주데.
Yes. So what is our purpose? Our purpose is to actualize the ultimate meaning of truth. So from the Gyulama, it is stated that the ultimate meaning of self-arising wisdom can be actualized only through the power of faith.
근데 다소 딱 가르스는 거랑서 던르 그 가르스나 드니 니릭 똑바로와 다르더니 돈담 덴바 근데 그 똑바로시 발라용 강서 그랬다 tapaate yuwa me parwa tapaate ndrika tembu segora ta ndrika tapa tembu tapaate ni njirwa me pa segona ndrika yuwa me pa ta ndrika ji rangate ni jila tene yuba ina ta tepe mazga tsachimburwa mtsege nangla ta ji kalso tobko sala soba ndrika ji nya tobya mangbo yorwa tene tobya mangbo ta driya tsani yo maris tene neba nangni tene ganso gurta tene neba tsachimbu jigra odndri res.
So the ultimate meaning of the truth can be only actualized through unwavering faith, unchangeable faith, firm faith. So this firm faith is such a precious thing to achieve. So in worldly perspective, there are many things to achieve like status and power, yet these are uncomparable to the precious achievement of faith.
Teni 지금 나랑 손다지나요. 다 지와 hum마 남서양 리트닝 다 만들어와 든든히 레요레스 이나양 든드그 가르스나 드니다 다비그 든드그 노르데 나랑서 드니 니요 마레스로와 니 메파레 든드인디다 나랑서 따따 드니다 든드그 단주르그 밀리자 쳔보 드니 든드지 토브라와 리튼 토 드니 담비 추당젤 든드 지비그 갑텔라 드니 다 다지 공도 시바 나랑기질라 타바 지금 든드더니 니파테 요다 밀리 돈당 담바 지게 응겐게 오다 든지 그 짜침부지레스.
So in our previous lifetimes, we have taken different kinds of physical forms, and in this life, we are very fortunate that we have attained this precious human life, which is adorned with all the qualities to practice Dharma, and we have attained this wealth of faith. And so wealth of faith is such a precious achievement.
든지 인디더니 가서 강서고 든지 가르스나 땅가서 다다리 텐든지 지든니 토비오비가 가밀리 텐디가 갑라 나라서 잠로고 돈바지양 드니 송로와 든지 드니 소소그 질라 가르스나 타바템부 지 요바 든지나 테페마스 그 드니 카르와 장보레 데 소나미양 든지 쳔보레 상지기양 송바레 든지 그 가르리 텐데 돈당담바지바레 세네가 상지기양 든지 송요레스.
So in this life, we have attained this precious human life and met with Dharma, and we are able to take refuge vow. So that makes us very fortunate. And Buddha also stated that that is the way of making our life very meaningful.
근데 인디 다성가르스나 페나치 톱 고사세요와 든데 지당 진이 지판저세 안로다 든데 그 가르스나 톱이야든지 요레테 드조 가르스나더니 고 갑직라로와 갑직라레 든니 티수 통통직레 든니 그네 고 가르스나 영더니 따바템바든지 요 마레스.
Yes. So from the worldly perspective, there are high posts to be attained. There are wealth to accumulate. But all these are for the temporary terms, and by nature it is impermanent.
Tendri indi karsana teni so yang jik nang la yang tendri sombare teni karsana yang na teni lembu tapa tens tela jorwi ngudubnye sene odri teni songyores.
So in Tantra it is stated that either the fate of foolish person to whom the blessings will be swiftly.
Tatera jurbi ngudubnye songrwa karsana chi ngudubde nga sun chunyamlan chini karsande tate karsangarang sugi jila ta ngudub topgorwa chi ngudub la mangbo yore tamangu ngudub seya chi tang gan choku ngudub sena tan tartik sangjigu kompare tuzo tamche karsana tani ta kangla teni jongo yore sena tani ngarang su kangsu gore ta chi soso gu chunyamlan chirwa jila tapatembo chi songni tendre chidali na chiba ina tate karsana tobya gu
So while practicing Dharma, what we need to achieve and receive blessings. So blessings, there are two kinds. One is general blessing and another is ultimate or the supreme blessing, which is the attainment of Buddhahood.
근데 이제 땅가서 갑쇼고 때 만나러 왔지로와 남가 때 만나러 왔지로와 근데 이제 가랑 그 속에 질라가르스나 지 남동망보 지금 쭉 내려와 근데 그 가르스나 따지게 장방 모습 나서 어떤 망보 지샤리나 든지 집에 있나 대가 가르스나 되는 가랑 솔라지 고야 그 삼돈 드비아세 고나래 무드 토야 그 남가 때 제민도 세로와 te remende sete tendre ke lamga nguni te kandre senata tapa yo me pa jila tapa tembo te rende sane o te hako na tene yapondus.
So while practicing Dharma, it is very important to walk on the ultimate path, the true path. So if we not acknowledge that, then following after lots of discursive thoughts, then it following after the different thoughts of anger, attachment, and ignorance. These leads us to not fulfill our aspirations. So to fulfill the aspirations we made and to receive the ultimate blessing, it is very important to practice on a firm and unwavering faith.
Deba saya te kalsen nga so khatsang yang huma yang phachir shiyo samsong deba saya te kalsen nga rang so chu nyam nen chibi ka kabla tangbo ta ka chamro ni zong de ro ta chi ji kam lam ga ka tar te dibi ga kap to changma la te ne kang so re deba saya te pe mas ka ke chembo yin se ne ho den di shiba yin se.
So as stated in the previous episode that faith is very crucial to have while practicing our path on the ground, on the path, and on the fruition. So faith plays a very important role throughout these three stages of practice.
Tendi inding aso kangso gore ta phakpi nor den se tendi chi yores phakpi nor den se tendi yore te tig nang te ne yang kangso zo tangbo de kan re se na ni tepa se ne o tendi chi na song yores.
So they are called the supreme noble wealth. So faith comes under the number one.
Tendi inde tansa karsana ta ngasu tabi norte nyepa yena ta nyepa mangbo yopi no ni kangso go ta jiteng ge nyepa ji ndamanda mangbo yoba te tang mandawa jigra teni tabi norte pe ni pe mas ge kechembo res remar to su jirwa tendi ge tabi norte meni ta nga so karsana jiteng ge jinor la so pa cheya tang ming cheya tang tendi ge karsana to so changma de karsana norwa res ni tendi song yores norwa de kar norwa res na ko derchi ngune ge
So, as the faith being among the seven noble wealth, the wealth of faith, if we attain then, it is very important to achieve it. Otherwise, there are different wealth to accumulate, like worldly wealth, name, fame. So, if we walk on the path which leads to accomplish these kind of worldly wealth, name and fame, then we are walking on the wrong path, because achievement of these above worldly matters won't lead us to the ultimate happiness.
Chitang iwa tende yores, nan taji shiba nanjin teba tere karsina, taji yana limbu taba ten shiba yinba, chigi limbu ge pe tende yores, tene karsina ngama kungbu ben seya chigirwa, kungbu ben seya chigi tende ge karsina ta, tene kola tsangma ge ku limba re sirwa, limbo re sini tende chigi tene, lasa ge jo jeba res.
Yes. So, if you think of faith, there are different kinds of faith. So for example, there is also a statement which saying either the faith of a foolish person, to that person the blessing will be very swift. So for example, in the past there is one person named Kongbo Pen. So he is considered to be a very foolish person, and once he visited to have the audience of Cho in Lhasa.
Tani ko Lhasa ge tani nirkura chini Lhasi Cho kang jara Lhasi Cho tani ko ge jalbares Lhasi Cho jangdi ta so ta chi Lhasi Cho ge den Cho me mangbo tani par yorwa par yore tani shazi mangbo tani choba koran tani sham yodi ta ko ge samlo tani o ta de ge karsena tani shazi zamba ge tani shazi ndo so changma 조가 되니다 거랑 사마연사레 서와 사마연사레 다티 마켓 조라테 잠바테 빠니 거랑 사기요 사레스 다 거기 된저 지다니더니 좀에 매 빠려야데 가도 사우체네 대학에 제대로 장무 맞춰와 제대 연사레 삼니데 거든지 삼노 땅바레스.
So Kongbo Pen visited make a pilgrimage to Lhasa, and then he came to visit the Chokang. So there he witnessed that there are lots of food offerings made there, and there's a butter lamp is lit on. So he said, okay, so these foods are the foods which the Joe eat it, and then there is a butter lamp. Then he thought, okay, this butter lamp may be there to keep the butter warm and the food warm. So he thought he had that kind of concept about the food offerings.
Tende indi ani kum benga karsan tanga yang to go to song sero tang yang tani sanji ko kong tani shala ta zo choba nam jeng yang sa go gende samne tani ko go shazi to zo marke la parne de korang sibares.
So then he also felt very hungry. Then he thought to himself, okay, I will also eat like Joe, how he eat like the tsamba dough. He put inside the butter lamp and dip in the butter lamp, then he eat it.
Dini ko la tekab la tab la passe ko na tab chikron tani yakma chila ta jin namje na ko nyer to zogo tende je chikumarwa tani tela tanken ji yores tanken tani nyerwa sen ko nyer tende yore da te mebi ga kap jila ni ko tinda tende ji tani ko la sayara res tani ko shazi sa ko to ko jaja part shazi te markela pagni sarwa odin ji bares.
So Kombo Pen was quite lucky because at that time there were no caretakers around. Usually there is always the presence of a caretaker, and then if caretaker is there, then he won't get to eat it. But as luckily there were no caretakers, so he took a chance to eat the tsamba dough and by dipping into the butter lamp, and then he ate as a
Tende indi teni Bumbo Bengata, Tendre Jinikasanata, Shazi to Sanirwa, the Jitela, Teni Korangin Jetani, Teni Pin, Teni Lasachu, Dena Pajani, Dena Jatendanga, Choronguni Pella Maya coaching this, Chenong Shalatozonga Sanataron, and Zimachini Deg Dixero, then the Jidanga, Chorang La Coraji Jab was sitting in Jetati Choraya coaching Taro Chase, Teni Lasichu, Gendena, Teni Koranjeta, the Pini, Teni Jenny de Korankora.
So Kombo Pen, after eating and when his stomach is full, then he thought, okay, he talked to Joe that you are a great master. Even I ate your food, you are still smiling at me. So then he said, okay, you are a good master. So I will entrust my shoes to you, and I will circumambulate to you. So look after my shoes. And he put his shoes in front of Joe.
Tende indi teni ko Joe la kora pebare, teni Joe kora pebina tigusila teni konyer pemondga, konyer tigdita, tasi Joe ndana tende hamgo tende jaja yorita, pesa pe songa chende samte ko jokwa pa leni igiyaga tende tapshi chibare, ti kablani lasi Joe ge songjo mare, songjo neda, te ignyang mare te mais, te kombo benga ngala jobare seni tende songjo mare.
So, as the Kombo Pen entrusted his shoes to look after by Joe, then he been to circumambulate. Then at that time, then the caretaker came, and then so, wow, the shoes is put in front of Joe, and he said, how not good conduct to do that. So he took the shoes off from the Joe, and then about to throw away, because this is not the right conduct to do. But then at the very moment, the Joe, which is in the statue form, the Joe spoke up like, hey, don't take it away. Kombo Pen entrusted this to look after me. So then Joe also speak up at that time.
Tende chibare, teni ko teni kombu bende ko teba tembu yobare, ko tomba tembu tang ko semba tsangma chirwa. O tende chidra so ko karsana ne jeta te chopare jo gundela samji gundela te janyang mare samne tende samno yang kola yo mare tende indita teni ko tende ge teba yobi ge 또 델라티니 델레나더니 니 그거 돈다 내가 종종 짓고라 줘봐라 왕 이제 다 따로 짓어야 돼 내가 전부다 르다르브라 더니 종종 이제 다 다야용 선체형 상직이 름드 갔을 때 답이 또 없니 종발했어.
So that is the analogy of having firm faith. The Kongpo Pen, he is very innocent and he have very firm faith, and